fastball. And the second pitch is fouled off back for strike 2. So the count's 0-2. Runner on second base with 2 outs. That timeout the coach took must have really paid off, because after that visit, he started really pounding the zone here and really found his groove. 0-2 pitch is underway. Fastball swung on for strike 3. And that leaves a runner at second as we go into the second inning here on Beaufort County Channel. And the stretch. Checks on the runner. And that's strike 3 on the outside corner. And that brings up the top of the lineup. Center fielder, number 9, Ryan Hendricks. That was a beautiful 1-2 pitch there on the outside corner of the plate. Just froze Jackson and couldn't really do anything with it. And now the pitch. And that's high and outside for ball 1. Interesting choice here by Colton Baxley. He has decided to go back into the windup after just throwing from the stretch. And that's high and inside for a ball, and the runner scores from third. Not quite sure the ruling there. I think they may have called a balk on that. And if that's the case, that would not be a pitch. That would just be a balk. So it would leave a 1-0 count. He took a very easy jog from third home. So I can only assume that that was a balk call on the field. Working from the windup, it looked like he may have turned his hips a little bit too much to mimic a pickoff move to third from the windup. That's my only guess as to what that might have been. The umpire is having a conversation with the third base coach, maybe explaining what just happened. I would love to be in on that conversation, but unfortunately, I could not hear a thing. So now, that brings in a run, and the pitch on the way is high and outside for a ball. And that is indeed a 2-0 count. The umpire just confirmed that. So, with that, that brings in the third run of the game. And the pitcher is back in the windup. The 2-0 pitch is low in the dirt for ball 3. That's ball 3. The catcher had to go and chase that one down at the backstop. Wondering how much that affected the pitcher there with the balk call on the windup. That's not something you see very often either. 3-0 pitch, and that's inside for ball 4, and that's a 4-pitch walk there. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, number 7, Luke Turner.
Number 7, Luke Turner.
So he hit over the center field pretty good, and he is going to roast the center fielder. Roaster toast.
And now, with a runner on first, the pitch comes in here. And that's high for ball 1. The runner takes off. Throw down to second. Not in time. He's safe at second base. Sorry for the pause in my broadcast there. I got distracted by field 2. One of the kids just hit an absolute laser right over the second baseman, the center fielder. It was a great swing. And now with the 1-0 count, runner on second base. Second baseman hold him on. Swing. That's in play. Down the left field line. Foul ball. And that brings the count to 1-1 as we all take a walk back to second base and plate. Get the ball back into the pitcher.
0-1 count here, second inning. Runner on second base to be counted.
Now Luke's favorite player is Bryce Harper, but his favorite team is the Braves. I can respect the Braves' favorite team. And that ball's in play, out to the left center gap, and it's going to get over the head of the center fielder. He's rounding third. He's going to score from home, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Luke Turner. That was a great swing out to the left center gap.
Next up to bat for
What I was saying was, if you're a Braves fan, it's pretty tough to have Bryce Harper, who's always been a division rival, as your favorite player. But I cannot blame anyone for their favorite player. He is very good at baseball, Bryce Harper. And with that, that'll bring up the third baseman, Ty Simpson. And the score is 4-0 as the third base coach went over to the umpire to have a conversation. And now the umpire is going over to the first base dugout to have a discussion. Wrote something in his notebook. He's sticking it back in his front pocket. I can only imagine that was something to do with the pinch runner that came in, because a runner came in to take Luke's place at second. So we have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Number 6, Luke Vernon, is now in to run for Luke Turner. Luke came in for Luke. So at least that's easy to keep things straight. The pitch, and that's swung on in the air to left field. Left fielder's going back, and that's going to fall for a hit. Runner's going to score from second, and he's going to be into second base for a stand-up double. That was another very well-hit ball out to left field, and the left fielder just couldn't make a play.
Next up to bat for Central-Clemson, their second baseman, number 22, Theo.
And that brings up the second baseman, number 22, Theo Lemahue. Luke Vernon came all the way into score from second base. The pitch, that's inside for ball 1. Theo moved out of the way. If he would have stayed in the box, probably would have had a free base there. Now Theo here plays basketball, and when he grows up, he wants to be an MLB player or a real estate agent. You know, why can't we do both? The 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on, chopper to third. Oh, third baseman makes a stab. Can't quite make the play. He's waving him around third. Throw coming in, and there's going to be no play at the plate. He's safe at home, and the runner is in to second.
Next up to
So
bat
as another
Central-Clemson,
2-out double,
your
and another run
shortstop,
scores. That brings the score to 6-0
Bradley Runyon.
with 2 outs, and that brings up the shortstop, Bradley Runyon. Now, Bradley here's favorite movie is The Sandlot. His favorite food is cheeseburgers. And the pitch, swung on, ground ball over to second base, dives, he cannot make the play. He's rounding third, no play at the plate again, and he's going to come in to score, brings the score to 7-0. But he was held up at first and does not advance to second, because the right fielder hit his cutoff man and was able to hold him to first base rather than advancing all the way to second. And that brings up first baseman Cade Simpson.
Here's the pitch from Holderness. Swung on, hit softly.
And the pitch, and that's in for strike 1. Brings count to no balls, 1 strike. Now, Cade, when he grows up, he wants to be a sports broadcaster. Now, as my first time being a sports broadcaster here, I can tell you it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, high for ball 2. Steal second. Throw not in time. Runner calls time. He's going to take his time getting up there. And we got a runner on second, again with 2 outs. Now, Cade's hobbies include watching baseball, most likely watching the Braves because he is a Braves fan. His favorite song is Bigger Than Me by Big Sean. I have a few good Big Sean songs, and that's a foul ball for strike 2. There's some good Big Sean songs. I don't think I've ever heard that one in particular. But he also plays basketball and football. And his favorite movie is 42. That brings a count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitcher working from the stretch here. Throw to the plate, and that is poked down the line to the first baseman. He cannot quite make the play. The runner was stealing third there, so he's coming around to score. And Cade is into second with a double. Oh, that was almost a close play on the back throw there. He was rounding second a little bit, and they threw behind him and almost got him there. And that brings up the right fielder, Cade McGibbon. And that's interesting. We have Cade and Cade back-to-back in the lineup. I'm just noticing that. The coach for Bamburg-Barnwell calls a timeout. Going to go and talk to his pitcher here. What do you say to a pitcher in this situation here? You know, it's pretty tough, but just not really catching any breaks. They're just finding the holes. That was a half swing by that batter last time. Cade Simpson just kind of stuck a half swing out there and found a hole, and it's just really hard to pitch whenever they're just finding the holes that all they can out there. But that brings up Cade McGibbon. He's swinging from the left side of the plate. Now we've got a runner on second. 2 outs. Score 8-0 in Central-Clemson's favor. Pitcher steps off, holding the second baseman close. No one is holding the runner on. Now the shortstop creeps over. And he's standing on the base. And the pitch over the plate for strike 1. Caught the outside corner there. Very good pitch. If I were the shortstop, I'd be kind of bouncing back and forth between holding the runner on, and playing shortstop. If there's a ground ball to the left side, it's going to be pretty tough getting back over. And that's outside for ball 2. Both pitches have been on the outside part of the plate, so if Cade can do it, he can just poke one out to the left side because the shortstop's getting a little bit of time getting back to his position, and it would be pretty hard to field that position from where he is. And that ball is inside, up in the air to right field, and that's going to fall foul for strike 2. That brings the count to 1-2. Second baseman was running, so he's taking his jog back to second. Batter comes back to the plate. Now, Cade McGibbon's favorite food is pancakes, and his favorite sports idol is Kobe Bryant. He also plays basketball, football, soccer, and track. When he grows up, he wants to be a businessman. And now, the 1-2 pitch. Checks his runner, the pitch, and that's high for ball 2. Brings the count to 2-2. His favorite song is First Class by Jack Harlow. And the next pitch is coming to the plate. Almost swung, but held back. High for ball 3. Brings the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now, Cade's favorite hobbies are video games, and I think that says driving golf. And the payoff pitch is outside for ball 3. So with 2 outs, we have a runner on first and second. And that brings up the left fielder, number 4, Jack Christmas. And we've got a official timeout to get some more baseballs out on the field. And umpires coming back to the plate here. Now, Jack's favorite food is steak. His favorite song is Rap Star. And if you remember, his favorite sports idol is Joe Burrow. And the pitch comes in, and that's a ground ball up the middle from a diving second baseman. Can't make the play. Runner's rounding third. Comes in to score. So that's an RBI single there for Jack Christmas. The runner from first advances all the way to third. But Jack remains at first. There's a runner on first and third with 2 outs, and the score is 9-0. Now that brings up the catcher, number 27, Jackson Owenby. Jackson's favorite player is Yadier Molina, which makes sense since he's a catcher, and Yadier is one of the best to ever do it. And pickoff move to first, not in time, dives back safely into first. And his favorite pro team is the St. Louis Cardinals. His favorite song is Lights by Ellie Goulding. And the pitch swung on, fouled back behind the net for strike 1.
Swung on, hit back to the pitcher. Pitcher nabs it, throws the second for 1. Second baseman will not go to first.
And the ball is back into the pitcher.
2 outs now here on the fielder's choice by
Colton here is working from the stretch. He's got a runner on first and third. Makes me wonder if and when the runner from first is going to try and steal. Make it a 10-run lead. And that swung on, fouled down the left field line, just past third base. And brings the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Now would be a great time to throw maybe a little curveball in the dirt. Try and get him to chase one,
Runners are now both in score position.
since first base is occupied.
1-0 count here to 8.
If the catcher has to block it, he cannot advance to first. Pitch, and that's high for ball 1.
Here comes the pitch. Swung
Runner from first took a very nonchalant steal there to second. So now we've got a runner on second and third.
So 1-1 count now. Colstead.
And Colton elects to go back to the windup.
Field today.
And a pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. High for strike 3. And that ends the inning. Central-Clemson now leads 9-0 going into the bottom half of the second inning here on the Beaufort County Channel.
Colstead swung on into center field, and I think that's going to get down. No, great play by the center fielder.
Reese, still.
We good, Rob.
Now batting.
Good on field 3.
Oscar Fraser Park. Number 16, Nathan Holderness will be leading off the inning.
All right, welcome back.
Third base, but he's
Leading off
for the Gilbert
for Bamburg-Barnwell is
on the mound.
number 10, Reese Still. And that's outside for ball 1.
First inning, he's going to do the same.
Now, Harry here is doing stats for me, and he's doing the announcing. We were talking before the game. This kid has a great head of hair. It was just immaculately immense in the back of the head. And that's in for strike 1. Brings the count to 1-1.
Ball 1, 1-1 count to the hitter.
It's a shame that he's the catcher, and it has to just be contained in that helmet all game. But it is what it is.
Holderness, favorite
And that swung on for strike 2.
foul back by Holderness for strike 2. So 1-2.
Now, a little bit about Reese. His favorite food is a cube steak, and his favorite pro baseball team is the Braves. The pitch is outside for ball 2, brings the count to 2-2.
1-2 pitch on the way from Deitch.
Besides catcher, he also pitches and plays second,
Ball 2, 2-2 count.
which is very interesting positions for a left-handed player, catcher and second base. That ball comes in for strike 3 on the inside corner.
2-2 count now.
He did not swing, so that's a strikeout looking there.
There's shortstop.
And that brings up the shortstop, number 13, Will Stillinger.
Got it signed. Here's the pitch.
Now, Will's favorite food is pizza, and his favorite team as well is the Atlanta Braves. We've got a lot of Braves fans in the house. Not that I'm complaining. And the pitch, that's high and inside for ball 1.
Payoff pitch on the
His
way.
favorite song is Flower Shop by Morgan Wallen,
For ball 4.
and he enjoys fishing and baseball as his hobbies. Next pitch comes in, low for ball 2. And that brings the count to 2-0. Pitcher walks off the mound a little bit, grabs some dirt, rubs some dirt on his hand, maybe help him get a little bit of better grip on the ball. And back to work. Pitch comes in. That's high for ball 3. Looks like he's just overextending a little bit. He needs to reach for the mitt there and work down a little bit. Those last couple of pitches were kind of high. And the 3-0 pitch. That's low for ball 4. And that puts a runner on first and brings up the left fielder,
Bamburg-Barnwell, the left
Corbin
fielder,
Perry.
Number 9, Corbin Perry.
Now, Corbin is playing left field, but he also plays second and pitches. His favorite movie is a movie, whatever that is. First pitch comes in for a strike. Brings the count to no balls and 1 strike. He also enjoys playing basketball, and football. When he grows up, he wants to be rich. Don't we all? And that pitch comes in for a ball, so brings the count to 1-1. Runner on first. Doesn't seem very eager to attempt a steal. His favorite band is AC/DC. Very good taste there. And that swung on, fouled back for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very surprised that anyone in this age group has a favorite band that is AC/DC. Corbin's hobbies include baseball, basketball, and football. 1-2 pitch. Comes in right over the middle of the plate for strike 3. And that's 2 outs with the runner on first. And that brings up the second baseman, number 1, Hunter Steedley.
Their second baseman, number 1, Hunter Steedley.
Jaden's favorite song or band is Chill Bill.
Now, Hunter Steedley also plays second and pitches. And the pitch, off speed in for strike 1. Throw back to first, not in time. Catcher tried to back pick him at first. I like the idea, just didn't quite get there in time. And it's a 0-1 count. Hard to do a back pick on an off-speed pitch, but I like the attempt. The next pitch is low for ball 2. In the dirt, gets past the catcher. Runner advances to second. Runner on second now with 1-1 count, 2 outs. Hunter's favorite pro baseball team, you guessed it, Atlanta Braves. His favorite song is He Went to Jared by Morgan Wallen. I listened to that song this morning on the way into work this morning, actually. And when he grows up, he wants to be an MLB player or an electrical engineer. High aspirations on both of those. And I appreciate it. Next pitch is outside for ball 2. I respect everyone that does electrical engineering. It's really terrifying doing anything with electrical work. I've hung a few light fixtures and gotten shocked a couple of times, and it's not a good feeling. And that's in for strike 2. Brings the count to 2-2 on the outside corner of the plate. Now, Hunter's favorite food is steak and French fries. And his hobbies include hunting, fishing, and sports. And off-speed pitch comes in. Ball inside. Brings count to 3-2. Full count. No one out. Runner on second. Now, if he throws that off-speed again, he has a great opportunity to poke one up middle. Second baseman's shaded over to the right. Pitch comes in. Oh. Comes in with a high heat. Strike 3 swinging. And that's no runs. Brings the score to remain 9-0 here on the Beaufort County Channel.
I'm Dennis Adams, and this is a Beaufort County Moment. No Beaufortonian younger than 60 is likely to remember the Gold Eagle Tavern. And yet, for over 30 years, the tavern was a place for locals to brunch after church from a menu of low country and continental dishes. From time to time, in the years between 1930 and 1961, they could steal a glance at Clark Gable and other celebrities who had checked in to enjoy the world-famous view of the river and the marshes from the terrace. The tavern's tabby foundations on Beaufort's Old Point dated back to the 1700s and can be seen even today. But developer and philanthropist Kate Gleason added the familiar round tower when she owned the property in the 1920s. The Gold Eagle name dates back to the earliest owner, Henry William de Saussure, director of the United States Mint, who authorized the first Gold Eagle dollars in the 1700s. The building was demolished in the early 1960s, but the tavern did its part to establish Beaufort's reputation among travelers the world over. I'm Dennis Adams, and this has been your Beaufort County Moment.
To see more Beaufort County moments, go to the Beaufort County Library homepage and click on the Local History tab.
Swamp.
4 is in for 1. 4 is in for 1. 10-4, we got it.
Yes, 17's business.
I suppose Leslie.
Zissett. We just saw.
Now, if you could just remind the coaches to walk and talk me up their substitution.
Gilbert 7-0 here in the top of the third. New pitcher for Gilbert will be number 17. Go field 3.
Okay, welcome back as we start the top half of the third inning.
I'm sorry, one of the 3.
And we would like to thank our sponsors, Palmetto Axes and The Zone, for sponsoring the Dixie Junior and Dixie Boys State Tournament here at Oscar Frazier Park.
Looks like we're about ready to start here in the top of the third.
We have a little defensive change for Bamburg-Barnwell. On the mound now is number 4, Jaden Zissett. As first pitch comes in, fly ball to right field. Play is made by the right fielder for out number 1. That's 1 pitch and 1 out for Jaden Zissett. And that was the leadoff man, center fielder Ryan Hendricks. So that brings up the pitcher, number 7, Luke Turner, to bat with 1 out.
Their pitcher, number 7, Luke
Now,
Turner.
I will say the pitcher also has a great flow. So we've got flow pitching to flow here. 2 great heads of lettuce. And the pitch on the way. In for ball 1. I guess he had to make sure that it wasn't going to be a 3-pitch inning. It was a ball, so it was good. Good take. Working for the windup, and the pitch low for ball 2. That brings the count to 2 balls and no strikes for Luke Turner. Now, Luke Turner's favorite song is Oklahoma City. It might be a band. I'm not certain on that one. And the ball 3 is inside. Luke also plays basketball and football, and when he grows up, he wants to be a dentist. The 3-0 pitch on the way. And it's in for ball 4. High at the numbers, at the letters. And Luke takes his base. That brings up the third baseman, Ty Simpson.
Next up to bat for Central-Clemson. Their third baseman.
And we've got a conversation between the catcher, the umpire, and third base coach. Looks like they're bringing in a courtesy runner again. And if I had to imagine, it's going to be 6 for 6 again. Yep, 6 for 7, excuse me. It's going to be Luke for Luke. Luke is replacing Luke. And if you remember last time up, Ty hit a shot to the left center gap, and the pitch comes in on the outside corner, strike one, runner goes, steals second. So that's a runner on second with one out, no balls, one strike. Ty, I'm imagining, took that pitch because he saw the runner got a good jump, so he knew he was going to be safe at second. And now the 0-1 pitch. That's inside for ball one, brings the count to 1-1. Ty also plays basketball and football, and when he grows up, he wants to be a baseball player. And his hobbies include playing with friends, and his favorite song or band is rap. That's a genre, Ty. That is a genre. Next pitch is in for a ball, brings the count to 2-1. His favorite pro team is the Yankees, unfortunately. And the next pitch, outside for ball three. Counts 3-1, runner on second. Pitcher's working from the stretch here. Ball is in, out to center field, put in play. Center fielder comes over, he makes the catch. Did not make the catch, excuse me, he did not make the catch. The runner was tagging up, so he didn't get a very good jump because the center fielder did not catch the ball. And that brings up number 22, Theo LeMahieu. And runner on first and third. Center fielder was shaded over to left center gap a little bit. And he had a good bit of a run to get to that ball. He was camped under it, just couldn't quite make the play. And the pitch swung on for strike one. Ty had a great jump to steal that base there. Pitcher wasn't really holding him on, so he just took second. And now we've got a runner on second and third with one out. And the pitch outside for ball one. Brings the count to 1-1. Now on that pitch, that's when it's fortunate to have a left-handed catcher, because that ball was outside on the glove side of the catcher. Normally a catcher would have to reach across his body to catch that. And that's across the corner of the plate for strike two. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Theo here just needs to get a ground ball to the right side, should score the runner from third, and put the lead into the double digits. Working from the wind-up pitch, and ground ball through the 6th hole. That gets past the shortstop and the third baseman, waving the run around from second. And there's going to be no play at the plate. And that's a 2 RBI single for Theo LeMahieu. And that brings up the shortstop, number 3, Bradley Runyon. That was a great piece of hitting. He knew that he just needed to get the ball in play in order to score a run. He put it in play, put it in a hole somewhere, and ended up scoring 2 rather than just 1 run there. That brings the score to 11-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bradley, to remind you, is batting from the left side of the plate. And that's a ball one. Throw down to second is not in time. He's going to steal second. Bradley wants to be a baseball coach when he grows up, and he enjoys playing basketball and golf in his free time. His favorite artist is Morgan Wallen. And that swung on, line drive over the first baseman, out to right field, runs up the right fielder's glove. The runner's going to come in from second and score. That's going to be a RBI single for Bradley Runyon. And that brings up the first baseman, Cade Simpson. Central-Clemson is really just putting some good swings on the ball. They're finding a lot of barrel. They're really putting some barrel on the ball, and it's paying off for them. They're playing fundamental baseball at the plate, moving runners over, and it is really working in their favor today. Pickoff move to first, and not in time. It looks like we might have a call. Looks like a balk call I was wondering about that. It looked to me like the pitcher didn't step off of the rubber before he made his move to first. He just did a regular pickoff move, and he did not throw the ball to first. So, in order for it to be a legal pickoff move, for him not to throw to first, he needs to take his foot off behind the rubber before making a move to first. Or he can do a regular pickoff move where he does not take his foot off the rubber. But in that situation, he must throw the ball. He did not take his foot off the rubber before he made his move, and he did not throw the ball, and that is why the balk was called. So now the runner advances to second with 1 out, and the pitch is high for ball 2. Brings the count 2-0. After that efficient start, Central-Clemson really has just kind of put bat on the ball and found some holes. But Zissette comes back with another ball. It's ball 3.
Now batting, number 20, Vivian, Rudy.
2 outs here. He takes off to second. Catcher will throw down. Basil will slide.
That's my fault. The count is 2-0. 2-0. And the runner takes off. Ball is inside for ball 3. And he is safely in at third. Runner at third with 1 out. Score 12-0 in the third inning. Pitcher here elects to stay in the stretch. And we've got a time called. And it looks like the runner from third is going to come in to score. Looks like another balk was called. That one I'm not quite sure what the ruling was there. I saw the umpire talking to the pitcher. The field umpire was talking to the pitcher there. Told him something. Not quite sure what he said, but that brings in a run. And the next pitch over the heart of the plate for strike 1. It's about the third time this pitcher has had to pick his hat up off of the ground. Whenever he throws, his hat's coming off a little bit. Means he's giving it his all out there. And that's a ground ball past the second baseman, between the second baseman and the first baseman. Rounds first, and he is in safely. Ball is coming back in. That's a 1-out hit, 1-out single. That brings up the right fielder, Cade McGibbon, batting from the left side. Now, Cade enjoys basketball, football, soccer, and track. He's the one that wants to be a businessman when he grows up. We've got 1 out with a runner on first here. The pitch comes in, stealing second, slide, he's in. Safe at second with a stolen base.
Young looks in for a sign. He has it. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Big swing there by Roach.
All right, we've got a runner on second with 1 out. No ball, 1 strike count.
Here's the pitch from Gillen.
Working from the stretch, shortstop covers the base, hold him on. That's high for ball 1. 1-1 count. Now again, with a left-handed batter, the shortstop is able to cover the base because generally a left-hander is going to pull the ball and less likely to hit a ball to the shortstop. So that's why we got the shortstop covering the base. And that's a ball in the dirt. Runner goes, and he's in safely at third. Great pick, great throw by the catcher. Just not quite in time. That brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
15 after 3, I think. So the umpires will handle it.
With 1 out. The runner on third, he's staying in the stretch. The pitch, and that's inside for ball 3. I would like to thank our sponsor, The Zone. They invite everyone to come and have a blast at The Zone, featuring escape rooms, ninja courses, baseball cages with hit tracks, and an all-new, all-in-one, one-of-a-kind family entertainment for all ages. And that pitch is inside for ball 4. That's going to be a walk, puts runners on first and third, and brings up the left fielder, Jack Christmas. The batter is taking his time getting up to the plate here. Now, for Central Clemson, we have coaches Josh Runyon, Jamie Owenby, and Eric McGibbon. And the first pitch is in for strike one. The runner takes off. He steals second. There's no throw. When there's no throw like that, that is actually not technically a stolen base. That is defensive indifference. But I am not the scorekeeper, so I am not marking it as one or the other. Batter takes time, steps out of the box, takes a peek at his third base coach to get the sign, calling time in the box, his pre-pitch ritual, and the pitch. It's low for ball one, brings the count to 1-1. And Josh Runyon is the head coach, and his hobby is spending time with his family, with his wife Brandy, his son Bradley, who is on the team, and his daughters Caroline and Emma Grace, who are 10 and 8 respectively. The 1-1 pitch. And that's high for ball two.
He's saying that I guess Colt Manley 24 just read.
And Jamie Owenby is one of the assistant coaches. He's an authorized easy-go cashman, golf cart dealer. See him for all your golf cart needs. And the pitch is fouled off down the right field line, brings the count to 2-2. Jamie Owenby enjoys grilled chicken, watching the Atlanta Braves, whose favorite player is Greg Maddux, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. His favorite band is the Dave Matthews Band, and he played football at ETSU. And his hobbies include spending time with his family, working out, and fishing. That pitch comes in low and inside for ball three. It's a full count. Runner on second and third with one out. Let's see if pitcher can get out of this one here. He's in a bit of a jam. And that's outside in the dirt for ball four. Runner takes off from third, and he's safe at home. So that's going to be a 14 runs for Central Clemson. 14-0. Eric McGibbon is also an assistant coach for Central Clemson. His occupation is a psychology professor. His favorite movie is Saving Private Ryan. And he played baseball, soccer, basketball, and runs triathlons. And we have a time called by Bamburg-Barnwell here. Looks like the players called it themselves, and they're just out on the mound talking to the pitcher. Just a little get-together, try and calm everyone down and get back to the action here. Eric McGibbon's favorite pro baseball team is the Tampa Bay Rays, and his favorite sports idol is Tom Brady. His favorite song or band is Smashing Pumpkins, and his hobbies include learning new things or skills. I've got a no-no count, 0-0 count here, and that's a foul ball down the left field line for strike one here for number 8, Jaden Hughes. That's a pinch hitter for Jackson Owenby. Jackson Owenby is being pinch hit for by Jaden Hughes. That was a good swing down the third base line. He was just a little bit early. Runner from first takes off. It's a ball low and inside. Clipped him on the foot, so he's going to take his base down to first. Looks like the catcher might be shaken up a little bit there on that. And the bases are loaded for the leadoff. Number 9, Ryan Hendricks.
Now batting center fielder, number 9, Ryan Hendricks.
1-1 count now to the batter Bonds.
And the first base, the coach for Bamburg-Barnwell goes and has a conversation with the umpire there.
Now batting number 42, Hayden Brooks. Lead over there. Pickoff is on time.
And that ball is put in play, laser back up the middle to the center fielder. Going to wave the runner around third and around second. He's safe at third. And Hendricks is into second with a double. And that brings in 2 runs. And a runner on second and third with 1 out. Brings up pitcher Luke Turner.
Their pitcher, number 7, Luke.
I never have enough time to talk about Ryan Hendricks, but his favorite player is Ricky Henderson, and his favorite team is the New York Mets. When he grows up, he wants to be a college football coach, and his hobbies include pickup basketball. We've got a timeout called by Bamburg-Barnwell coach. Looks like he's going to put in a new pitcher here. He brings in one of the infielders here. I'm trying to figure out what his number is so I can let everyone know who this is. Looks like the coach is going to report it to the umpire, and they're going to radio it up to us.
Now we'll have runners on first and second base. No outs here in the bottom of the third. Gilbert's got a little something going.
And let's see if he turns around. I can get his number. Looks like it's number 13. So Will Stillinger is going to be in to pitch for Bamburg-Barnwell.
Now pitching for Bamburg-Barnwell.
We're going to take a little break while he warms up on the Beaufort County Channel.
Gilbert's got runners on first and second. No outs here. Bottom of the third.
All right, and we're back after the warm-ups, and that brings up Luke Turner up to the plate. We've got a 0-0 count. Pitch comes in. That's inside for ball one. All right, and that is in for ball two. The count's 2-0.
So we have one out here, bottom of the third. Runners still first and second.
For Luke Turner. And the third pitch outside for ball three. And that ball is put in play to the left center gap. Center fielder was shaded over. He's under it. Oh, and he makes the play on the fence. What a catch. What a catch by the center fielder. Runner tags up from third. But that was a very deeply hit ball. Center fielder made the catch against the fence
Now batting for
and
second.
easily saved a double there. Probably saved 2 runs. Probably saved 1 run because 1 run still scored. And that's 2 outs now. And that brings up Ty Simpson. He hits a ground ball over the shortstop. Oh, he makes a diving attempt, but can't quite get it. That's going to score another run. And a single by Ty Simpson. The center fielder was bent over his knees for a second there and out in the outfield, and I feel like they didn't take enough time to make sure he caught his breath again from that play he just made. But that brings up the second baseman, number 22, Theo Lemahieu. Runner on first, 2 outs. And that's in for ball 1. Catcher thinks about throwing down to first, but he does not. The score is 18-0 here in the top of the third inning. 1-0 count. And that's over the plate. Line drive out to center field. Play is made by the center fielder, and that's 3 outs. And that brings us to the bottom of the third inning. Central-Clemson leads 18-0 on the Beaufort County Channel.
When the storm comes, the twister forms, and the wind starts ripping things away, you'll ask yourself, how prepared or unprepared are you? Do you have a shelter, a safe place to go, something to shield you that's easy to get to? Is it stocked with all the things you need? Water, food, and batteries? What about your family, your kids? Did they know what to do, where to go, and how to stay in touch? If a watch is declared, a tornado might be on its way, getting ready to blow things away. Stay informed, wait for updates. And if you're outside or out for a ride, move close to somewhere you'll stay safe. When a watch becomes a warning, you have to act fast. Get to safety, do not delay. Go as low as you can and hold on tight until everything is all right. Once the storm has passed and you get the all clear, take your supplies. Now, you must be wise. Move carefully. Watch out for dangerous debris. Protecting yourself is a necessity. So before the storm comes, the twister forms, and the wind starts ripping things away, get prepared. Make a plan and practice what to do to stay safe. America's Prepare-a-thon. Be smart. Take part. Prepare. Get started today. Go to ready.gov/prepare.
First baseman Dyke coming to catch.
All right. We have a little defensive change. Number 6 is now on the mound for Central-Clemson. Luke Vernon. His first pitch is outside for ball 1. And leading off the inning for Bamburg-Barnwell is number 11, Ian DeLaro. Now, Luke Vernon has come in to courtesy run for Luke Turner a couple of times. And his favorite food is spaghetti. And that pitch is in, swung on for strike 1, brings the count to 1-1. Luke's favorite team is the Braves, and his favorite sports idol is Shohei Ohtani. He also plays football, and his hobbies include TikTok and being with friends. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on the off-speed pitch for strike 2. That was a very good pitch. Started low in the zone and dropped to the dirt, and really fooled the batter there. When Luke Vernon grows up, he wants to be an MLB player. And that ball is dribbled down the left field line, down the third base line, and the throw is not in time. Fielded by the third baseman. He made a good attempt and a good throw, but just could not quite get it in time, and that's going to be an infield single for Ian DeLaro. And that brings up the first baseman, Patrick Crosby, leadoff batter.
Number 6, Patrick Crosby.
And we've got a runner on first with nobody out here.
Why are you making fun of me now?
Next big swing on miss. Mainly
Luke Vernon's favorite song is Still Think About You with A Boogie with a Hoodie. And the first pitch to Crosby is low for ball 1. 1-0 count with a runner on first and nobody out. Here in the bottom half of the third inning. Working from the stretch. He checks his runner a couple of times. Pitch comes in, strike 1. Brings the count to 1-1. Now with Ian beating out that play to third, looks like he has a little bit of running ability. And that's ball outside. Wonder if he's going to try and make an attempt to swipe second here at any time. Doesn't look too terribly eager to leave first. But that's the best time to steal. And the pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Counts 2-2.
one count, one out here in the bottom of the third. Runners on second and third for Gilbert.
And the pitch, it's low for ball 3. It's a full count.
Swung on, hit the right side,
Now,
foul territory.
Patrick Crosby's favorite team is the Braves, and his favorite sports idol is Freddie Freeman. He also plays soccer, and he enjoys fishing. Payoff pitch, popped up on the infield, play made in foul territory by the first baseman, and that's out number 1. That brings up Colton Baxley. Colton Baxley's favorite song is Mad 'Bout That by Yeet. And he also plays football. When he grows up, he wants to be an MLB player. He enjoys football, basketball, and wiffle ball. The 0-0 count And that's in for strike one. Off to an
Batting number
early
8,
lead in the count.
Colton Baxley.
No balls, one strike. Runner on first and one out.
Here's the payoff pitch.
Colton's favorite food is pizza.
Swung on, hit the left side.
His favorite player is Dansby Swanson, and his favorite movie is Cars.
Runner will run home and score, looks like.
Pitcher takes a long look into the signal, and the pitch, that's across the plate for strike two. Baxley's down early in the count here, 0-2.
So now we have an 8-2 score still in favor of Beaufort County. The runners are on second and third.
Working from the stretch here, the pitch comes in, outside in the dirt, pass ball, runner's going to take off, and he's in safely, standing up to second. And that brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Here, Beaufort County, Simonson struggling on bounce so far. Here's the pitch.
And we've got 1 out with the runner on second here.
1-0 count now. Runners on second and third. Only 1 out here is ball.
And the pitch comes in. That's over the plate, swung on and missed for strike 3. And that's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Runner on second.
Now batting
And that brings up the
Bamburg
center fielder, Jace Culler.
Center fielder number 3, Jace Culler.
Jace's position is center field, and his favorite food is chicken, and he enjoys watching Batman. First pitch comes in, strike 1.
And here's the 2-0 pitch.
Jace's favorite baseball team is the Yankees, and his favorite sports idol is Aaron Rodgers. His favorite song is MIA by SSG Kobe. He does not play any other sports. And second pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Jace's hobbies include games and baseball, and when he grows up, he wants to be an MLB player.
Number 8, Jackson Baker.
Jace, like it seems most of the Bamburg-Barnwell team, also has great hair. And that's across the plate. Looked like a little off-speed pitch for strike 3.
Pitch count
And that
for
brings
Vernon,
the score to
17. Pitch
18-0,
count for Vernon.
going into the top of the 4th inning. And that's ball game, ladies and gentlemen. That is ball game. Final score, 18-0. Central-Clemson wins over Bamburg-Barnwell. That means Central-Clemson will go on to play in the winner's bracket. They're going to be back here on Field 3 tomorrow at 12:30. And that puts Bamburg-Barnwell playing tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. here as well on Game 3. Thank you for tuning in. We would like again to thank our sponsors, Palmetto Axe Throwing and The Zone, for sponsoring this tournament. Both are conveniently located just 5 minutes from here. Ages 12 and up are invited. Mention that you heard this here and receive 10% off. Open on Saturdays until 10 p.m. Thank you for tuning in and watching with us on Beaufort County Channel.